Hi Libra, welcome to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you who are coming back, nice to have you again. For those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. It's exciting to have you here. So this is going to be a reading for the month of September for Libra. This will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and Venus placements in your charts. Always, one thing I think I fail to mention sometimes is, take a look at all of your different signs in your chart as well, because it's going to give you a clear picture as to what's going on. You may see that some readings are resonating, some aren't, some are bits and pieces. So take what is yours, leave the rest behind as always. If you are a cross watcher, welcome as well. Again, take the messages, flip the roles as it may apply, may not, who knows. So before I jump into this reading, there was a couple of things. I'm sitting meditating before the reading, or before I turn the camera on for you guys, and I heard John Mayer's "Half of My Heart," and I could see half of a heart. So to me, it's like you may be missing things, and I just seen 111 on the time. So you may be trying to protect your heart space right now. And then it was like, as I was trying to get positioned to just sit comfortably, because I'm always kind of switching back and forth sometimes because of my hips. I just felt like I couldn't get comfortable. So, that may be very significant to you guys at this time, that song. So if you don't know the song, John Mayer's "Half of My Heart," I think that's what the title of it is. Maybe listen to it, even if you're familiar with it, maybe just listen to the lyrics. For me personally, lyrics are very big. The song is beautiful, or all songs, have their own beautiful connotation to them in a way, because it's creative art. But at the same time, the lyrics always speak to the soul. So I would take a moment and listen to that song. So guys, we're going to use some healing mantras, get a couple cards for an overview, lay down the spread here, and get some clarification as needed. I'm glad to have you guys with me, and I appreciate your love and support. If you find at the end of the video that this resonates for you, please hit that like button. It helps the channel out, and it lets me know that the messages coming to you are for your highest good, as well as subscribe, because every time a new video is posted, you're going to get notification of that. So this will be for Libra for September of 2022. What can Libra expect? I'm hearing the heart's divine message. I don't know what you guys have going on, love, home, family. It really feels like it's within the home space. Airplane, I apologize. All right, for Libra. Oops, throwing everything out at me. All right, so 2 messages, and then we'll pull the underlying here. But I feel like we're gonna take that card. Okay, so let's see. Cultivating courage. In any given moment, I always know exactly what to do. In allowing appreciation, the value of my life increases the value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it. And then resolving anger. Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. So a couple messages. Boy, this one's running pretty deep right off the bat. When we're dealing with Mercury retrograde, Mercury for me typically doesn't have a very big effect retrograde, but to me this time around it seems to be coming in as a Scorpio. And then Libra, this is going to move into your placement as well. A lot of things are shifting and going on. The next 3 weeks are going to be very influential as to getting a clear picture moving outside of the retrogrades, as we have so many planets in retrograde at this time. But guys, to me, it's like, I feel like something from the past, like you may just be starting off on a space of, I'm hearing recovery. And this may pertain to your emotions. Even though, you're an air sign, it's like you may not have watered the nurturing aspects of yourself. You may not have watered the heart space for a very long time. And when we start to allow appreciation, when we neglect appreciation and gratitude, we tend to be in an unloving area of life for some reason at that point. So when we start to allow appreciation to come in and take shape, we start to recognize the things that we are thankful and grateful for. That very much changes our life profoundly, because it's kind of like reprogramming the brain's capacity. Instead of seeing things as a half glass half empty, we're starting to see them as half full. Like, I do have a lot of things that are right rather than a lot of things that are wrong. And this resolving anger, conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. To me, this is kind of like, I'm hearing the words lifetime from Spirit, a lifetime of anger and unresolved conflict. And you may be finally in a place where, I'm not saying that this is, not putting anybody in a bad spot by any means, because I love all of you collectively. But you just may have been a space where you've not addressed issues of the past, anger of the past, and Spirit's usually is telling me not even to use the word traumas of the past, but anger. So this pent-up frustration of maybe years of situations that are just, they've been left unresolved, and now it's finding the courage to work through those. Like, your heart and your head, I don't feel like we're on the same wavelength in the past. Like, this growth that needs to happen maybe has just sat as just a seed and it's never been nurtured, but now all of a sudden the wheel is starting to turn. It's advising you to take a look at all of these little pieces around you. I tell people to use, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but I call it a nucleus, where you are the center. And you take a look at this picture, there's the center. That center is being you. And then all of these little pieces of the pie, essentially, around the outside are different areas of your life. And for me, for you in this, these are different areas of life, that you need to offer appreciation and gratitude for each experience, but also parts where the anger and the frustration of the past needs to be resolved, and to work on those just a little bit at a time. As you work through those, you're going to resolve any pent-up frustrations and anger that you have from the past. This reading is like sticking to me hardcore for some reason. So, all right, 2 cards for Libra, please. We're using the Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle just to get some overview. An overview for Libra, please. I just keep hearing the heart, the heart, the heart. For some of you, I'm hearing the heart is hurting. The heart is hurting, trying to find a way to resolve certain matters. All right, for Libra, September 2022, Spirit, please. Libra. Spirit is also saying learning not to react. It's a time to learn not to just react to things. Chaos, yeah, there it is. Chaos in the past and strength. Now finding the strength and courage to move forward. I'm telling you guys, whatever has happened in the past to me has caused a lot of emotional turmoil. And again, stepping out of that need to react to situations, rather understanding that it's a time to pause and reflect, a time to give yourself the permission to have courage and strength to move forward in a way that is going to bring you a balance, a higher understanding, a way to resolve the situations from the past, and an oath. I feel like there's a need of forgiveness, like you took an oath to yourself that you would cut out maybe certain people or certain matters from the heart space. And like I made a vow to myself, I made a promise. You may have also, I'm hearing engagement as well. You may have gotten engaged, like I made a promise to see something through. But you also have to understand that if something is not working, it needs to be addressed in a different way. Oh gosh, give me 1 second, guys. Oh, that's awful. Okay, my coffee. All right, so let's see. I'm hearing coming out of the shadows. You may find that somebody around you is coming back around, coming out of the shadows. You may feel as if there was some kind of deception in the past. They may have been juggling you and somebody else. Yeah, there's a lot of things I think that maybe you're not seeing, or someone around you may now be seeing, where they've maybe sat and kind of taken some things in, and they're seeing things potentially different. Like I kind of feel like you guys are in a little bit of a dark space. It's kind of like gray skies, cloudy, kind of waiting to see what's going to come to the surface in time. And I do believe that there are some things that will come to the surface here in the near future. To me, this is some conflict with other people around you at this time. The dynamic of the relationships in your life may be changing. What you thought was stable, strong, and balanced is not strong. It's asking you to go back to your roots. I've got two cards here with the tree. So you've got the strength, it's got the roots, right? It's got to be anchored down. It's standing firm in your balance. And then this card, which is the tree itself, again, rooting itself down, right? But I also feel like as fall emerges, things are going to start to change for you. You also have 5-5, significant number of change. And just funny, I just got this shirt today. 2 and 3, it's 5, change, the moon, the illusion, right? Or what's coming out of the illusionary energy. So where you thought maybe things were stable or consistent, they may be coming to the light that they are not so stable and consistent. Again, I'm seeing a split. Some of you may be getting a divorce. Maybe you're splitting up in your relationship. You may be taking a time out, taking the need to trim off growth that hasn't really nurtured the way that it should at this point. I feel like you're kind of in a pause mode. Again, another 5. You've got reflective energies. Take a look at this. I'm using the Psych deck. This is the deck that I preferably use for most things. 5, 2, 23 and 32. They're reflective energies, right? They're mirroring each other. The numbers are mirroring each other. And then you've got 5, 5, 5, right? Massive changes are coming. Massive changes are coming. For some of you may be walking away from a situation or a particular person. There's too much conflict surrounding what could be the home space. And another thing I've just noticed as well, talked about that tree, the roots, right? The roots, there's some more of those tree roots, right? Anchoring down, but they don't, in the original card, that strength card, it doesn't show the roots. But the tree and the Fool show the actual roots to the tree, and they seem to be above the surface. You may not be feeling so rooted anymore. You may be feeling like it might be time to make some kind of shift or change or make some movement. Your roots need to be applied elsewhere. For some of you, you may be stretching your roots, maybe between work and home as well, and other places. You may be going back home. Yeah, things are being illuminated. There may be issues or conflict around financial situations. Green, the color green is very much sticking out to me, which to me is always a representation of money. For some of you, you may be experiencing, you may be being blocked from new opportunities, and I think that you're aware of that maybe the situations, Spirit's saying that you've created, have stopped you or blocked you from making movement. So now it's kind of like, in order to achieve the successes or the goals that you were trying to get to, you're in a space where you're having to make a choice between one thing or the other. And I'm hearing none the wiser for wear, and I'm not sure where that's coming from. And I think there was a saying something similar to that. I may be miswording it, and I apologize if I am. Again, I know you've got 5s and 4s and 9s here. Very, very important numbers to me for this reading for you. 4, 4, 4 as well. 2 9s to me, independently dealing with the conflict, trying to figure out a resolution on your own. And that 8, things coming back around, time to make change, cycles closing, reopening, the sign of infinity as well. So let's do a little bit of clarifying here. Guys, your reading feels so intense to me. Just crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Again, the strength card, a different strength card from a different deck, coupled with the Tower on the split energy there. I'm hearing newfound freedom, maybe seeking to find some newfound freedom, seeking to find some type of new stability. There is an offer of growth being there. I feel like between the choices that you have, you may have to pick between the heart and then what makes sense. And that's kind of a shitty situation in a way, but that's kind of what I'm feeling attached to that, is this change is occurring. And you know what? I always make sure the cards are in the right position in the deck. As I started to shuffle these out, the cards are all like this, utilizing the Gilded Tarot. What's upright in that deck? The 5 of Wands. That Never card that I have, the chaos, again, conflict, fighting, bickering, arguing, everybody kind of being just aggravated with each other. The 9 of Swords, To me, this card is up at night strategizing right now with this particular reading, understanding how you're going to get past where you may not feel so rooted and grounded anymore. Defensive energy, trying to figure things out. You may be arguing with a particular person. And I feel like there might be some cunning and cutting words as well. I've got the Knight of Swords on the board, where it's like you may be in a position where the person you might be having conflict with, it's almost like they follow you from room to room to room. So like you go to walk away from an argument, they come back in, stop you, you know, mid walk away and go, oh no, we're not done here, kind of shit, right? And they both times are like, now we're going to address this right now. Very action oriented, even though this is not a one. This is like coming in with those cunning words, those cutting words of, oh no, we're doing this right now. So, you know, you guys know your story better than I do. Somebody may be feeling like they're not being given the space at this moment to address the things that they need to address, you know, just in general. Sometimes we need to walk away and take, again, that moment of pause and reflection before we respond, react. And I think I mentioned that a little bit ago about, you know, are you reacting or are you responding? So this may be you, this may be somebody else in your life. But we want to make sure that when we're in that headspace, there's oh God, there's a lot of swords here. This to me may be someone coming at you again with some harsh words. I talked about, we got the Queen of Swords on the table. She can be, she's very clever, very intelligent, very put together. But depending, you know, it's like, in this particular card with the Gilded Tarot, she's got some storm clouds kind of behind her at the same time. And that's kind of what's catching my eye related to that Chaos card that came out in the beginning. She strategizes, she plans. I feel like you're in a chess match with somebody. Very much like a chess match. Who's going to make the next strategic move? But understand that, you know, it might be time to walk away from this situation. I've got the World card at the bottom. Again, another closing. You know, you've taken your tour. You've maybe done, I want to say you've Spirit's saying you've set out and done what you needed to do. Now it's time to move into something else. If you were trying to prove a point, okay, you proved your point. End of story. Moving on. Get on to the next thing. But I feel like you know, somebody is just not being very, very honest in a sense. Yeah, the voyage, again, moving on. I just talked about, you know, moving on, closing that cycle, moving forward. Again, so we've got some moon energy. And I feel like, so we've got the moon and the cave. Yeah, needing to think about it, thinking about how you're going to start anew. And this is third party energy. Again, another 8, another 3 there as well. More third party. I feel like you've gotten yourself into a position, or somebody you're dealing with is in a position that it is as if there's a trying to feel, Spirit's saying, trying to feel your way through the emotional aspects of the situation. And I feel like you feel frozen in that regard. Stuck in protective mode, going, I don't know what I need to do at this point. I'm going to clarify. Let me see. Let me grab another deck here instead of using that one. Let me grab the original tarot. Right, I got it. Okay, good deal. Let's clarify the cave. I'm kind of curious. I'm going to be a little nosy. There's Justice in the reverse there. So, card of Libra. Spirit for Libra. Let's clarify. You may, geez, Louise, hold tight for a second. Gosh, there's so much coming out. Let's pick these up here. Yeah, again, so we've got the Two of Wands clarifying, Temperance. Again, that balancing, waiting on news, balancing. I feel like when you get this news, it may be disappointing to you somehow, and it's trying to resolve that emotional energy. 3 of Pentacles in the upright, and the King of Cups. this may pertain, like, I don't ever really see the Three of Pentacles as pertaining to children, but this may pertain to children, because to me, when I just looked at this card in the traditional tarot, I seen a child rather than the plans that they're holding up. I seen like a child, like offering a child over, giving that away, and that sounds so weird, and like, who the fuck does that? But it's like understanding that it's almost like I've done all I can do here. Like, my love is still invested in it, but clearly I cannot. I hate to say clearly I cannot, but clearly I cannot. You got Scorpio here as well. The Eight of Wands, again, that news. So you may see things shifting pretty quickly, and I'm hearing I can't do this. So if that's the case, it's like I've got, you know, that Two of Wands, he's holding the world in his hands. So you may feel like there's a lot of weight upon your shoulders, trying to make decisions, trying to temper the emotions of news coming in. Their balance will be restored, even though I've seen the Justice in the reverse position. I don't always read reversals. It just depends on how I feel about it, and what Spirit's giving me. Things will balance out in the long run, but to me, it's about learning to work with other people. I just seen 2112 on the clock again, mirroring energies. It will work out, but you have to be willing to make it work. You can't go into working with groups of people at work or third parties and be defensive and expect for a good outcome to be achieved in that. So it's really learning to balance that energy out. All right, Spirit, let's keep going. Okay. Again, to me, a lot of anger. You've got the Beast and the Death card there with work. Again, working. If we're going to work with other people, we can't come in defensive. We can't come in controlling. We can't come in obsessive. This cycle of this fuckery is trying to close itself out. So I'm going to pull one card to clarify each of those. One card to clarify the Beast, please, Spirit. Seven of Cups. It's almost like you don't know how to do it. Or the person you're dealing with, it's when you're dealing with them, they don't know how to do it either. Or it could be the both of you. It could be one of you or the both of you who doesn't know, and it's examining your options. I feel like you're being afraid of defeat. It's a space of being afraid of defeat. Clarify the Death card for me. The Nine of Swords in the reverse position this time, which tells me that when you put an end to this cycle, that anger, that conflict, it's almost like at this point, like I got a chill though, just went straight up my back. I get chills a lot of times I do readings. Like that's kind of like a significant telltale sign to me. As it goes up the left side of my back, the left side of our body is the heart space energy, right? It goes up into the shoulder, like right in here. You're going to feel relief when this comes to an end. You're going to feel relief when you make that decision to give. I hate to say give up, because it's really not giving up. It's just making a better choice, getting clear about the things that you're making, it an emotionally intelligent decision that is for everybody's higher good, because you're dealing with third-party energy here. All right, and let's get the final card, an outcome. Fortune and No. I'm going to hang on to those in the back of my mind's eye. I get one specific card. If you have a choice to give something up, you know, I want to tell you to do it. And sorry, my notice thing popped up there. I want to tell you to give up or let go, surrender the situation, but I don't see you doing that. The stars came out in reverse. Like the universe and the wheel, again, like you're being pushed to, I'm going to call it submit, and don't let your ego get involved in that idea of submission, that if you submit to something that you're defeated. You're letting go of the conflict and the anger and the frustrations that surround the situation so that you can move forward. They want the universe, your guides, your angels, they want you to move forward because it's going to restore harmony right? It's going to restore harmony when you get away from those false foundations. It's going to restore balance to your life if you allow that to occur. But again, I've seen that justice in the reverse. It wants to correct itself. It wants to help guide you into a corrective space of action, is what Spirit is giving me. But you also you have to be willing to let that happen. You've got to learn to let go of control. Let's clarify the stars, please, Spirit. I feel so bad. Virgo's reading yesterday was so, like, I hate to say dry, but just across the board. And there's so much emotion for you, Libra, coming through on this. All right. Six of Cups. Again, I'm going to go back to the fact that this pertains to children. This seems to be children, you know. If some of you are being offered a job and you feel like you're not going to have time for family life, home life, kids, if there's a different arrangement that needs to be had when it comes to your children, I want to say, understand that you're not failing them. Like, we all are in a position that, you know, with the way our world works right now, through COVID, through life, through the norm of what society's norm used to be as to what we've moved into since the last couple of years have occurred. I don't want to say that C word too much and get censored or something like that. But, you know, but it's like you're obsessing over the situation. And like, what can I do? What can I do? Like this hurry up, this devil energy, Capricorn energy here as well. Of what can I hurry up and do? Like, I've got to do this right this second. Like, it feels so like just crazy kind of energy. Like, if you are in that space, you're not helping yourself at all. Because I feel like someone wants to work with you. You've got the Empress, the Hierophant, Page of Wands underneath that. There's somebody there that is trying to nurture and help and guide you. There's someone who's making you an offer of an actionable plan that they will work with you, but you have to be willing to work with them. Very much. You got that wheel on the bottom. I've seen the work come out here, but the stars on the outcome come out in reverse. I really feel if you would drop, again, this could be you or the person you're dealing with, just drop the damn defenses. And things are going to move a lot smoother for everybody involved if it can just be released. And I'm going to clarify the Six of Cups. I'm really curious. Clarifying clarifiers at this point here, because I'm just really like, what is going on here? I'm hearing from Spirit, meet in the middle, negotiate, work together, meet in the middle. Do I have another card? I have another card. God, listen, swear to goodness, 10 of Cups was flipped upright in this pile of cards. 6 of Pentacles, even give and take, right? Balancing it up. 10 of Cups energy. I'm hearing, this may be a child saying, I just want everybody to be happy. Honest to God, I just want everybody to be happy. So if you just let it go. Get into that. There's the Judgment card. It came out in a sideways position. Sometimes I kind of read it in that way. And it's like, I feel like Libra, actually, you sitting as the Justice card, like, I'm hearing you've got the right and the ability to rectify what's been done maybe wrong, that brought on this anger and this frustration. Like, you get to resurrect and correct this situation, to turn it into a stable, solid energy for everybody. And you can still hold love. I'm hearing you can hold love, you can hold space, and you get the Ace of Wands. Take action towards a loving space rather than a conflictual space. So if this is you that's behaving in this way, make a change, because I feel like your heart will heal. Whatever has been done in the past, if you learn to work together, you will heal through this experience, but you have to be willing to allow that to occur. Nobody can work with you if you're not willing to work with them, and again, vice versa. So if you're on the flip side of that, you're dealing with somebody that's like that, you know, you can only meet them as far as they're willing to meet the situation and where they're willing to make the change. If they're not willing to make the change, then obviously you do what you have to do. But everybody needs to come together in a harmonious experience. It wants to work that way. Spirit wants it to be that way. Softly, softly, tender the touch. Get you guys some cards of advice. Like, I feel like you feel like your heart's gonna, the other half of your heart is just gonna hit the fucking floor. Like, it will be okay. Acknowledge any pain that you're dealing with and make a resolve to yourself to heal it. I'm telling you what, Spirit is so all over this reading. Like, I can hear them in the back of my head. It feels like they're back here whispering to me just about every single thing that's coming out of my mouth, going, let me tell you, they need to emerge, they need to step out, they need to step into the light. It's okay to feel pain. It's okay to fix that. It's okay to resolve that in the world, not of the world. You cannot continue to turn a blind eye to the reality that you're sitting in right now. And you may have played a part to get there. If there is this conflict and anger, it takes two people to tango. You may be part of that as well. So, you know, just own that. You can stand firm in that, but let it flow. Be in flow with the situation. All right, one more card, Spirit. One more card for Libra, please. One more card of advice for Libra. Against the grain in the reverse. Maybe you will let go. Underneath that, power of attraction, two people coming together. To me, this is coming together to make a decision, though. This may not be so much in the heart space, conscious connection, just connecting. Just learning to connect and communicate, talk to, work through, intellectually discuss with another person what is going on and how you got there. I do believe will heal the situation. I think there is that imbalance right now of trying to understand how your heart will feel once a situation occurs. It will work out for your higher good for so long, as you release control. Let go of control. You cannot hang on to control. Two people have to come together to mutually meet for peace and harmony to occur. Allow it to do its thing for you. For some of you, this may be the first time of putting your faith and trust into something. You may have seen things in a given aspect, because I feel like you've got hopes and dreams that hide behind this, and you may feel like you can't do something without giving up the other half. And you know, back to the beginning of what I seen as I began to meditate before I opened up this reading, half of your heart is there, the other half is not. You have to decide. You can have the whole world and it be good and balanced, but if you feel like you've got to struggle and strife with one side, you may not have the whole heart space. So yeah, beyond the mind, the heart beats. I feel like there's some regret and remorse attached to maybe some thinking patterns of the past as well. So guys, Lordy, your September is going to be interesting, but let go and release it. Just let it be what it needs to be. 555 changes, fours. Don't let a cycle repeat itself. Come to a conclusion, come to a resolution in the situation, whatever it might be for you in particular. Guys, if you found that this video resonated with you, please hit that like button. Again, it lets me know that what I'm doing here for you all is working out to your better good. And please subscribe to the channel. It helps show so much support and appreciation for Path of Enlightenment Tarot, and it is amazingly loved and appreciated. So your support is awesome. I'm wishing you guys a fantastic September. You will figure it out. It will be fine. Gonna fly. Sorry. Just take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves and let go of whatever's going on so that you can move into the next phase of life for your higher good. I'm sending you guys all my love and light. Take care. Bye-bye.